hey, be careful with audit and assurance if you're given the topic of conflict of interest. Here, we don't mean the situation where the auditor allows for his personal interest to dominate, so he could express a biased opinion on the financial statements. That is what we call self-interest threat anyway. When we talk about conflict of interest, guys, we mean a situation where the auditor has two clients or two potential clients, which are either competitors, direct competitors, or they're related somehow, and they have a dispute. Maybe we're talking about one company making things and selling them and the other company buying those things from the auditor. So why is this an issue then? Well, because if you have such two clients and you audit them both, you are exposed to some sensitive, confidential information they would not want anybody else to get hold of. And there is a risk that you willingly or unwillingly could allow for that information to leak, breaching the principle of confidentiality. Or it's possible that you don't allow that information to leak out, but they don't trust you. So they could fear and they could end up not providing you with all the evidence that is relevant to the audit, and you could end up giving the wrong opinion. In your exam, you could be given a scenario and asked to suggest potential safeguards that the auditor can use to manage that conflict of interest, and that could be giving you 5 marks in total. So suggestions you can make are quite obvious. You probably want to ask both clients, first of all, for their permission. You need to ensure that staff is aware that they're dealing with extra sensitive issues. So extra confidentiality training, additional contracts they can sign regarding that. You put extra security over the files. You use someone, a third partner, to do a hot review. And if you feel like it's too dangerous anyway, perhaps you don't do both audits. You keep just one of the clients. But what you must remember if you want to score a full mark is that you can't say for each of those just what you would do, because that's half a mark only. To make it worth a full mark, you have to say what you would do and why. So, for example, if you take the safeguard where you suggest you would be using 2 different teams for both clients, you have to say that this would be helpful because it means they will not have the same person looking at their confidential information, and as such, it's less likely that that information will be passed on. Therefore, the client will trust you more and you're less likely to actually breach confidentiality.